Hello. Today is episode 3 of Sketchbook Saturday. Hold on. I'm still trying to learn how to film overhead and just filming in general, so please excuse, intro beginner. But this is episode 3. We've done 3 episodes of this. Crazy. Clap it up, clap it up. This will be the last Sketchbook Saturday of the month too. Sadness. And for the finale, I of course rolled a wheel. It told me to draw old OCs. It chose markers for me, so that's why I have a bunch of markers in front of me. You could probably assume, if you know my OCs, that the wheel chose the neutral OCs, which I've been having a love and hate relationship with recently. I've looked back at them and I've been wanting to redraw them, so I know this is a perfect excuse to draw them, but with my physical items, and this is all the neutrals I have. Can you tell I'm not a neutral baddie? Everything else is colorful. Pinks, purples, reds. It's crazy. So this is going to be pretty much a fun-esque challenge. I went through all my markers too, so this is a nice kind of thing. I have my marker cheat sheet on the other wall to see what kind of colors I want to work with. Who do I want to really redraw in a sense, or just have fun and a doodle. I don't know yet, guys. This is hard. And I forgot my sketchbook. There's something else I was going to get. I almost ate it. I just hope everybody knows. I almost tripped and fell. But anyways, this is different from last Sketchbook Saturday. I'm trying different things. I'm trying more talky, more voiceover. I don't know which one yet. I don't really like being super quiet. I'm a very talkative person, so we're going to do this. We are going to, I've seen this trick before, because my pens are high key. They go through paper, so I want to make sure, and I don't want to take them out of the sketchbook just yet. So, like I said, I don't know who I want to draw necessarily. I might just do a bunch of doodles of all my OCs. I have to actually find it because I moved them somewhere else. There. Because I have beige, black, tan, white, and brown. I do not know how I would do my white D-Man girl. Hopefully I'll show a photo on physical piece of paper. So that one, I think she's gonna unfortunately be out. Otherwise she's just gonna be pencil, because she's basically see-through. I might do gray, because I love my girl Gray. She's zoom you in now, because I'm gonna for sure start drawing. And this is mainly kind of just like a chill session. People are wondering, the 5 people who watch Sketchbook Saturday, sorry, are probably wondering why I even did this series. One, it's to keep me kind of accountable as I keep drawing and stuff. And one of my goals for 2026 at least is to kind of have a monthly drawing challenge and kind of push myself in terms of artistry. I don't want to overdo it, but I also don't want to not show off my art anymore. I'm tired of being scared, and I'm tired of I don't know. Mainly I'm tired of being like scared what people are going to think of my art, and I don't know why all of a sudden I was scared. I'm like high-key kind of growing an audience on TikTok, and that's a little scary. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Never thought I would like get past like the 300 follower count on TikTok, and I know TikTok has their new terms and conditions, which I don't like 100% agree on at the moment, but I can't really like afford to like not post on TikTok. And it's not because I'm like on TikTok 24/7. Those are horrible horns, but we're going with it. It's more just like I can't just leave the platform. Unfortunately, as an artist, it's really hard to find a decent platform. I am thinking about going back onto Tumblr and actually just posting my art on there and seeing where that goes, because a lot of artists I've noticed are back on Tumblr, which I think is very cool. Now I don't know if they're pro or anti-AI at all. And do not worry, I will be using my markers. I gave her such a big forehead. You know what? Big forehead girls unite. Yeah. I don't know why, but not recently, a lot in my art, I really just love these like thin 1920s eyebrows, and I haven't stopped since. And I don't know how to feel about it. I hope you guys are liking this series. I almost double tapped. I've been drawing on my tablet for way too long. I have been loving this series. It's really just been like making me use my actual physical like products, and I might just continue to keep using my physical products rather than just have the world choose for me. But just like choose, like, you probably like won't see any digital on these Sketchbook Saturdays, because I already do so much digital on my main drawing series. I also just want more art content and content for you guys in general. This is like the most I've posted in this month, and I'm extremely proud of myself of doing that. I just don't want to stop. This is gray. If you don't know who gray is, I do have a video about my neutral demons if you want a more in-depth like knowing about them. She has a whole page in one of my OC binders about who she is. She is definitely the most neutral, let's just say, when it comes to being good or evil. She doesn't like being in this group necessarily, but you know, sometimes you can't choose on who you're with. Actually, that's a really good body. Okay, I'm cooking. Let me cook, guys, for like once. I actually really like the big forehead. I just wish the horns looked a little better. That's like my only complaint, but that's okay. I've been trying different ways to draw my OCs, and I think that's also been helping a lot. I've been drawing an OC, like their face close up and then their full body while adding personality traits to them, and I have forgotten what her power was though. What a great OC artist I am. Don't worry, guys. I'll find it. And I'm just gonna talk more about her. She is the soul stealer. She steals your soul. Not because she's like part of the Grim Reaper kind of group or anything like that, or any of the, just, you know, the Death Eaters, and let's just say. She is eating your soul here in Purgatory. She is not afraid. She is a very, let's just say, confident girl, there we go, who loves her powers for sure. If you don't know my lore about these about these colorful demons, is the way they die is most likely how they gain their powers by her. Her is basically my interpretation of Lucifer, but I like calling her because you guys don't know, I'm a big, huge actually Powerpuff Girl fan, and I loved him so much and how he was like kind of this like, honestly, growing up, our very first like kind of gender neutral kind of like our non-binary kind of person or a I don't know, really, him is an interesting character in general. I don't really see him as just like one person, but anyways, I kind of got inspired by that, but making Lucifer her and making her very much non-binary, but everybody doesn't call her by Lucifer or Lucy or anything like that. You just say her because you say her name, she comes up, she appears. However, she likes business suits. They like whatever they like. But Grey Demon is a soul eater created by her. Her soul was taken, unfortunately, in real life. R.I.P. honestly. R.I.P. Grey. This is the Grey Demon. My next character that I think I'm probably gonna do is, of course, my Black Demon. She is a classic, I feel like, crazy demon. She looks like a kid because unfortunately she did die pretty young at a young age, but right now she is pretty old. Out of all the neutral demons, she's the longest living neutral demon. Her and Black Demon are extremely close. Black Demon is her favorite because Black Demon is actually a very, very powerful necromancer, and she has this really cool book she's always holding in her hands that has, of course, the symbol of Satanism, which isn't necessarily an evil or bad sign, but this is, by the way, this is basically what the book is. It's a classic witchy book, honestly, and that is like Black Demon's prized possession, and it never leaves her sight. If it ever does, it means someone has taken it. Like, that book never leaves her side. occasionally does just appear out of her into her hands. So if you got her book, guys, I would say run. That thing is attached to her headband. She's like anyone else having it. Oh my god, this is harder than it looks. Jesus. I think black is my favorite out of the neutral demons, just because she does, unfortunately, is a very classic, I almost did the double tap again. Not only because she's a very classic demon, I just think her overall backstory is very cool. I mean, being burned at a stake isn't the best thing. Yes, she was alive during the Salem witch trials. She was burned at the stake being accused of being a witch. Which, honestly, they were right. It wasn't like they were wrong, but also, who burns a young girl who doesn't even know she has witch powers, and then once she gets burned alive, then that's when she finds out she has witch powers. And now she's like this powerful being in the purgatory, which, if you don't know, is the world of purgatory. And if you don't know what purgatory is, it's my version of purgatory, where you're between life and death, so you're not really alive anymore, but you're not truly dead. I like to call her sorceress. She can bring people back to life. I definitely don't want to mess with preferably her, because she definitely has some screws loose. I mean, if you're a demon for however long, you're bound to have some sort of screws loose, right? I feel like that's true in a sense. And then I want to do an episode or a series in general on just singular characters in a series that I want to redraw. I've talked about this before, I think. But beige and tan are one of the two, because I love tan on how I drew her now. I think she's still a little dark for being tan, but her whole character, her whole vibe is amazing. I don't think I have the colors for her, but you know what? I'm still gonna draw tan, because she's actually become one of my favorites. I don't know why. She's just like, I've kind of made her cuntier, more Instagram vibes, and ever since I've done that, I've truly just like, I've kind of fallen in love with her. And I think she's just like a fun character of being like, she doesn't really care being in the neutrals. I mean, she kind of has to at some points. But like, she's just here for a good time. Like, she can take off any limb, which that is Tan's lovely power in this world, is she can just take off her limbs, whichever one, still living of course, and just kind of do her own thing. She has fun with it. She thinks it's cool. She tries new like limbs to take off, what can be taken off, what can't be. She has stitches around her body where she knows she can take, and usually when there isn't a stitch, it means she just hasn't done it yet. But she will. I think that's why I love Tan so much, is I've just like, and also just like creating a lot of new OCs and stuff, I've learned to like relax and just kind of have fun. And if I'm not having fun with an OC, that's when I start not liking an OC. I've noticed when I'm like not caring, I all of a sudden do care, and I have this like interesting backstory and stuff like that. Her ears are horrible. gonna redo those. That's just not matching the vibe. And if I'm talking too much, guess what, guys? I have other videos where I talk not enough, I feel like. But anyways, I love tan so much. Especially when I'm drawing old OCs. I'm probably gonna yap about them because sometimes I don't have time to like really draw them as much as I would want to. And I really do love tan. I do want to give her like a fresh makeover just because I feel like there are still some things I can work around. But I think she's just like very chillaxed. She's done it with probably every colorful demon, by the way. She is a girl who is taking advantage of, oh my god, I can never draw eyes evenly. Whatever. She knows she's hot stuff, and you know what? The colorful demons can see it. And they're like, she is kinda hot. And I kind of love that about her a lot of times, is she's unapologetically herself, and I just high-key love that. And then the last lovely demon, yeah, I'm gonna do 4. Again, I'm not making these super serious, these are like basic drawings, but I think the last one is brown demon. I was gonna do beige, but I need to like have a new idea for her. I don't love her as much as the rest of the neutral demons. And brown demon is a very cool one. I think she is made out of wood. Unfortunately, the way she died was actually pretty tragic if you think about it. And she was unfortunately in the, I believe I want to do like 1950s, 1960s. And she was unfortunately turned into a doll in real life. Which in turn, in purgatory, she became an actual doll and has puppet strings around her wrist and her ankles and can kind of control somebody else using those puppet strings. So all of a sudden you'll just see freaking puppet strings around you, and you know Miss Brown Demon is right there. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if you noticed my skin color, but I don't really like curly hair, I know I do. Oh my god, this is sounding already bad. But I don't draw like curly hair or braided hair often on my actual sketchbooks because unfortunately it's just a bit hard for me personally to do without some sort of digital like tool where I can layer on top of it a bit better. So this is going to be, I think, a fun challenge for myself because I really do love brown. I love her power. I don't see it often enough in my personal opinion. So I think this would be cool to kind of show off a bit. Brown is definitely one of the more quieter of the neutral demons. She's friendly, don't get me wrong. Once you get her talking, she's here, but she is definitely more on the quieter side. Again, one of the many OCs that just unfortunately has, trauma that she doesn't really know how to deal with. I mean, if you're in purgatory for however many longs you've been in, at some point she doesn't want to get close to anybody. She's scared that one day they'll move on over her, or she'll move on and then she'll forget everybody here. So she loves neutral demons, very much so, but she doesn't know how to process that information of love and affirmation and all that jazz. And I think that is very unique of a character that I don't do often. Again, I do a lot more of the boisterous woman that have loud personalities. It's not like I also have a loud personality or anything like that. But I definitely do like it, and I think it's a cool power to use, and it shows off that color. Again, I also like to do a lot of the powers based off colors. So if like you imagine the color black, you imagine magic. I'm very basic when it comes to I'm very basic when it comes to that. I'll be honest. I'll be frank. I'm very basic when it comes to that. So I'm so sorry if it seems like, oh, she's just being a basic girly. And you know what? You're not wrong. Okay, so we have this gray. These are from Artist Concepts. There's multiple ones. These I believe I got from a big packet at Ross. Yes, occasionally I shop at Ross for art materials, just because sometimes it's cheaper. But in the end, and I believe one of these brands is 5 and Below, and I cannot remember for the life of me which one is which. But just know, ain't no way. I have these three colors to work with. I thought I had more gray, but I think the last time I went through my markers, I threw like a lot away because a lot of them died because, again, I did not use them enough for it to be this black is beautiful. I wish it was a bit thinner so I can get those like really thin eyelashes I like on her, but nobody's perfect. Also, this is like not supposed to be perfect. Am I telling you guys or am I telling myself that? I don't know. I definitely should have done the gray first. Why do I always do this? Nobody's perfect. Okay, someone's gonna be quiet now because she's locking in. I'm gonna look at my grays. can tell. It's my first time really trying to test these products and I don't know how to test them out properly yet, but here we are. Trying to test them out properly. It's just, if I had a lighter gray, I think I'd be... okay. Try out these blenders to see if they actually do blend markers. But I'm a bit nervous. These markers actually work really well though. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. This is a colorless blender from Illustrative, and they have like this really nice finely tipped one. I kind of like it for blending, fading out the gray a little bit more. It does not work, I don't think. Someone's gonna yell at me, I definitely did this wrong. There is another blender, there's this one. This is the N1 blender from Artsmith. I don't know. I don't see like YouTubers use these blenders, so I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. It actually doesn't look too bad. Like I said, I wish there was just one more gray color I had, and I swear I had like a bunch of grays. I think I just got rid of them. I don't know why. Sometimes I get in the mood to get rid of my art supplies for some odd reason, thinking I'm not gonna use them. And I love physical, I love digital. I love all types of artistry. I think it's super cool. I just colored in my horn, but whatever. I think it's just super cool that, I don't know, that I can kind of just like do this. I don't know, I think that's like kind of cool. I was gonna do the warm gray for my horns. Okay, it's working. Guys, it's working, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna use this one to see how well it blends this out. Oh yeah, it's not bad. I don't think these are good blenders. If you guys let me know what is a good alcohol blender, just to good blender in general. Maybe I just need to be better at knowing my colors and which ones I should put down first. Oh wait, she's fucking eating though. Look at her, she's so cute. Oh my god, I love her. She looks so cute. Run these out a little bit more. These edges a little bloody. Oh my god. Stop it. Oh, you guys can see her. She's so cute. That's my girl Demon. She's adorable. Okay? I could never hate her. Could never. Even if I drew her bad, could still never hate her. Next up is black, which I believe it's this one I have. I also have this one. I have another color. No, I don't actually. And these two, I might add the grays in because actually really did help. I think I'm gonna add the cool gray in because that just looks a bit better on black. Just to add some depth into it as much as I can with a demon that is based off the color black, which is crazy. I forgot to erase her, but you know what? We're here already. I'm committed to the bit. I really do like the Tombow markers so far. They're really nice. They're really pigmented. The only thing I do have a big complaint about is the caps. That you really gotta. Ooh, my headphones turned off. But anyways, you really have to like click on them in order for them to stay. Otherwise, they're just gonna dry out very quickly. I think that's like my only complaint so far about them. I've like lost many caps. I mean, I found them eventually, but still. I'm kind of making her hair messy on purpose. But don't worry guys, this is all part of the blend. Yes. I don't know what else to talk about. I love my Demon OCs. They're like the first thing, like big series like I've done ever in my entire career. So they all have like genuinely a special place in my heart. I might not draw them as often as I would like to, but genuinely these are so fun to do. And I have binders about them now. I can actually like go back to them and look at the lore to make sure like I am following my lore rules and all that stuff. And like I said, this year is the year where I am definitely going to be I love drawing new OCs, don't get me wrong, but I do want to continue kind of enhancing my comic making skills so I can actually like, or just like having more interesting like ideas and themes around each video about my OCs, so like it's not the same thing and drawing the same thing. I think that's also the issue with a lot of my OCs is I just kind of drew the same thing in hopes that I like fall in love with them again. And I'm redrawing some old characters that will be for a February drawing video, and honestly, oh my god, I love each and every one of them. I think they're so cool, and I hope you guys like them too. Yeah, that was going to change, Selena. Yeah. I'm funny. I'm just gonna add some like oh yeah, that's just way better. See, if I had her all in one color, I think y'all wouldn't even see anything, or I'd do like this spacey thing. So, and I don't necessarily love doing that, to be honest with you. And these markers so far have like worked all well together. I think alcohol markers is one of those like things where it's really hard for them to not work together, I think, from what I've learned so far of using markers. But I could be wrong. Someone's gonna be like, no, you're actually doing a taboo thing right now. I really hope I'm not, because it's like so fun. I'm just gonna put it in the whole face, actually. Kind of just like blend it all together. And then we're gonna try this black. And kind of go over the gray parts a little bit more. I'm afraid to kind of use the blender on this character just because like I don't want the loss of black to be gone. Her main attribute. I definitely am not doing more with the horns. I have no idea why. When you're watching this is day 24, and this was like horn day, so like I should be drawing horns pretty well, but my brain is maybe not working. That's okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm scared. Hold my hand, everyone. I'm scared. Will this work? I don't know. This nib is black now, so how do I clean it off is the real question. If like I want to use it again, which I probably do, because you know I like using my markers. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh wow. She looks just so cool. Now imagine it just a bit darker, just a bit. But I actually wanted you guys to see this character. So next up we have tan, and I think I'm gonna do this color and all these colors. And this color obviously. I was gonna use this for beige, but now I'm unsure. But I need to make sure I know 9, 10, 42. That's definitely good. 90. Interesting. This is too beige, so I'm thinking this one's gonna go over there. I can't find these. I know. I did these colors. Isn't it funny when you're like, I know I did these colors, so I'm just gonna. It's way too. I mean, that actually kind of works for her though. I'm not gonna lie. That's peachy. That's why. That's real peachy. All right. we have, you guys, first, I want to do a lot of the I'm so bad at this. You guys do not have to tell me how bad I am at this. And that's okay. You know, as a smaller, like, content creator, I have tried to learn to accept that I'm not, like, this perfect content creator, unfortunately, and I don't know, I like being the variety creator where you never know what you're gonna get on this channel. Most likely just video games and drawing, but still, I still really like that you don't truly know. Wow, these are actually really good. Except that under eye, ooh. That's okay. Give her some eyelashes. Distract you. That I'm not gonna like become this like famous YouTuber the moment. And I know sometimes it is just generally based on luck. And I hope that happens to me again, because that was really cool. There is a video that's still on my channel where I play God of War Ragnarok, and it has over 10K views. Still surprising to this day. I look back on it wondering, I think I just, you know, got there in time of everyone else doing it, that I kind of like this like off-brand tan color. I have no idea why. It kind of fits. It's not tan whatsoever, but it works, I think. Kind of. Not really, but I'm committed to the bit. But anyways, oh, this blends in with the black. I forgot. We forgot in with the pencil. So she's gonna look bad, but that's okay. And you know what? I still watched that video just to know what I did wrong, or like not wrong, but what I did right. And honestly, I don't know. I think I just put out a video that everybody was excited about, and I just happened to get into that window, and I'm still amazed with myself. I am extremely proud of myself for just even putting myself out here. I've become more and more confident in YouTubing in general. This is horrible, but I've definitely tried to become more and more confident in myself when it comes to drawing or just YouTube content creation. Like, I think in the past, if I did this now, like this drawing or whatever, I would just kind of delete this video off the face of the planet Earth, because I don't want people to know that I'm not the best at drawing, and I still don't know these products well enough to know, okay, what should I do? I'm just kind of going with the flow now. It's blending with everything. Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll find out a way. No, not this one. Maybe this one. This has a more orangey tone. I'm trying to bring out the tan at least a little bit. Not such a gray tone, please. And now she's yellow. She's got jaundice or something, guys. I'm so sorry. I just have like an underpainting of that... this was not the plan, guys. But you know what? I'm having fun. And I know what I need to work on. But like I said, a lot of times last year, the reason why I didn't post as much, especially when it came to my art, was I was unconfident on how my editing skills were, or how bad my drawing skills were. And at the end of the day, it's okay to draw like this. I'm not perfect, and I don't expect, and I hate that I put myself on this high pedestal of perfectionist. Here's Tan. Wow, beautiful. Oh, Buddha, oh, Buddha, oh, Buddha, oh, Buddha. Like I was saying, I don't expect myself to be this perfect person, but sometimes when I post stuff on my YouTube channel, and I don't know if anyone's listening, sometimes I do get unconfident in myself when I don't get the views I think I'd get. And when I don't promote my channel, I just like to see what people are seeing and what people want to watch at the end of the day. And overall, I know what I'm going to promote and what I like to promote. As well as just like, I plan on promoting, of course, more of my YouTube videos, of course, on social media platforms, but doing an overall, like, the whole series kind of thing. And then having people come in and watch it, and then people being like, where have you been? Again, that's like my one thing that I like to tell people is like, you can subscribe to me, and now you can be those people that says like, I was here first. And again, I'm getting like 10 views on the video, and I get so excited. I'm like so proud of myself. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I can't believe I've done it. More than one person has seen this video, and they've genuinely just like liked my videos. Like, I am falling back in love with creating content again and not giving two shits on what people think. Y'all can hate this series, but I generally think... sorry, I was looking at my references, and I generally just like don't care. Like, I tell people, hey, if you're an artist or if you're doing something in the background, just have this on. Hear me yap a little bit, watch me draw beautifully, obviously. It's obviously beautiful. And just kind of have fun with your art again. Like, don't be afraid to not... Like, you have to be okay with, like, the imperfections of your art, because guess what? We're not computers. We're never gonna be AI, and guess what? That's okay. Sometimes Selena is surprised by her own artistry. Artistry? I don't even know what that word is myself, folks. But anyways, I just hope you know to just have fun with your art. Have fun with YouTubing. If you want to be this big YouTuber, my number one thing I'd like to tell people, or if they're like, I really do want to get started, but I have no idea. You know, a lot of people say, know your niche. I knew my niche, and I was like, I like a lot of niches. Like, I love comic books, I love art, I love movies, I love video games. Like, when people tell me to get into my niche, I'm like, which niche should I get into? And a lot of people like to say, you know, get into the niche that not many people are talking about, etc. And you know what? You have a unique perspective on things, so always just try to bring yourself in. Don't expect 1,000,000 views or even one view immediately. Sometimes people are lucky, and sometimes people get lucky overnight. But that's not everybody, and that's okay. And this also helps my brain. because sometimes I have to tell myself that, hey, that's okay, you know, and we're just gonna keep doing our thing. And that's why I keep playing video games. That's why I keep doing silly arts things. And that's why I keep doing this. You can't even see it. It's hilarious to me. But hey, that's just a game theory. And now we're gonna make it beautifully curly because I have a bunch of brown. I was trying to make her skin like this really cool wood-like texture. That didn't work out. Here I am, once again, falling into pieces. Every night, every day. And if anybody out there can give me advice on how to work alcohol markers when it comes to hair, let me know. I am an open book. I never get offended unless you're like being an asshole about it and being like, well, actually, if you did this, that, then it would have been okay. I mean, like, genuine, like, hey, babes, looks beautiful. However, maybe you should try this. And maybe you should try that. Please. I love advice. Please do not be scared of me. I promise, I do not bite. I take advice really well. The only time I've ever not taken advice really well is when they're complete assholes to me and being like, well, actually, you should look into this, that. Or actually, you should just be better. Look, I'm trying. Isn't that the whole point of art, is to be good? I mean, isn't the whole point of art is to get better at it? Oh my god. I'm losing it slowly but surely. And you know what? That's okay. I'm at this point just using all my browns, and that was not the plan. This was supposed to be a lighter brown, but that didn't work either. And now it's falling, and I'm falling. Would this work? No. What a shame. What a shame. But this is my brown demon. I actually want to add some curls outside. I think that will help. Yeah, I gotta put our freaking wood markings. Perfect. And I do try to keep these videos at least an hour. Just because editing me, but also like sometimes I'm just like a very like nonchalant editor when it comes to these. These are like my easy editing videos I try to have. So I try not to edit these too much. Just so you guys are experiencing all the lovely mistakes I'm making. And you get to experience me talking basically for an hour. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun, guys? Wow. What beauties, what grace. Also, I hate the jelly pop pens. They don't work. Or I don't know. Like these, I don't know what I'm doing wrong with these, and I just, at this point, want a normal light pen that works, that isn't gel. But again, I see everybody use these. not being patient enough? Do you think I'm not waiting until everything dries? Guys, am I being silly? Because now it's working. Kind of. It turned off because I filmed too long. But wow, this is my final thing. Enjoy. This is gray, black, tan, and brown. I could definitely work better on just like composition in general and just like learning the markers and how to layer them properly. Again, please let me know in the comments down below how to layer them or what tutorials or people I should watch to learn how to layer a bit better. But thank you guys so much for joining Sketchbook Saturday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I will see you guys all in the next video.